Endless. Part of a... You can't really call it a trilogy because the games aren't directly linked to each other, but a series of games that use a fairly similar mechanic to each other superficially. The Endless Legend is a fantasy setting, city builder type game, sort of like Civ or well, Civ basically. Endless Space is a bit more like Galactic Civilizations, or maybe like Space Empires, but not in the same way. Similar, but not the same. And Dungeon of the Endless, where you play a crashed prisoner team or survivors of a prison transport trying to escape your crash landing, which landed you apparently very, very deep indeed. The closer you get to the surface, the harder it gets. So, roguelike, other than the fact that you have a team, but completely random. Every playthrough is unique. So let's go ahead and get this started. You can see we got some problems going on here. We're losing crew fast, but we are a penal transport. Alright. This is the most basic pod. You can play as a few others if you've unlocked them. And each one gives you, well, different things to go with it. This one is, I believe, yeah, this is the endless mode. So you just keep going until you die, basically. Alright. Oh, we're going to go ahead and start with just the regular escape pod. Alright, for my team, I could select 2. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with a pair of randoms. Not exactly the easiest way to do it is with randoms, but, you know, let's see what we get. Love these loading screens. The artwork is beautiful. Alright. So in style, we've got a door to our north, and because this is a pod, nothing else in here. Each of our guys has some abilities and stuff built into them. Let's see, we've got Hikensha, which is actually a really good start. Hikensha likes to be in the dark. They are faster in an unpowered room, and they gain more dust loot, which dust is how you light rooms up. So that's really nice. Sarah Numas, not Samus Aran at all, in no way, shape, or form. Actively has the skill Runaway, which will last for 9 time cycles, and that time cycle isn't exactly a minute, and it's not a second either. But the cooldown is opening 2 doors. So if I was to activate it, it would take 2 opening of a door to get it to recharge. Because this is effectively a pause game. Alright. Got your back when grouped with others that they trust, which the list of who trusts who is actually a little bit more complicated than it might be. Because it has to do with how long they've been teamed up and whether or not they have storyline to move with each other. Alright, 10 dust means that this room was effectively free. I can just light up the room. It costs 10 dust to do. Every time you open up a door, you get a certain amount of resources. Large module points, small module points. Large module points can have these generator units, or later on, when you've finished research on them, other types of generators. We want an industry generator to start with. Now, initially, we don't have a whole lot. We've got a prisoner prod, which is a little bit of attack power. It's fairly quick, and it's very cheap. We don't have any other prods. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build 2. Alright, the room is lit, so we don't really need to worry about things spawning in here. Okay, we open up the door, and we get some supplies. Not a lot of supplies, but oh, that's a nice find. Okay. So, we've got enough food we could level up Hikensha. If we did so, we would get another active skill off of it. It would also gain 46 HP, plus 1 defense, 1 DPS, and an attack power. The higher your attack power is, the more damage per second you get, obviously, and similar things. There's other ways to raise your DPS, but fastest is to raise your attack power. Let's see, you are a wit 5, you are also a wit 5, so it doesn't really matter who uses this. That is a research post, and I can't do anything with it this turn. I might be able to do something with it next turn, though. Actually, no. Come on. Light up. There we go. My mouse is terrible. It's old. But that's okay. Now I can level up. Hikensha, or I can stash my food for later use. See, Sarah needs a lot more food to level up, but when you do level her up to level 2, she gets a much bigger set of boosts out of it. So, it's kind of one of those questions of what do you do? Alright. Here we go. We still only have one door to the north. And we got some monsters in there. Different types of monsters will try to do different things. Some will attack your heroes, some will attack your modules, some will try to attack your crystal directly. Just kind of depends on what they're programmed to do. Most of the first ones, there we go. Most of the first ones are programmed basically to just attack. Okay, and I don't have enough industries built up to build another one of these, but that's okay. Okay, so I could go left, or I can keep going straight. Let's go ahead and go straight. This room is self-powered, so we don't have to do anything in here, but it's also the end of the line. Scroll out to the map, and there you go. Alright. I've only got 24, and I need 25. One more room. Okay, so that room's self-powered. I don't have to worry about that room. There we go. Combat going on there. Alright, I don't have enough to be able to light this room up. If you can't light the room up, you can't use the modules in it. This room is self-lit, so it's fine. Darkened rooms, if they do not have a hero in them, can and will spawn monsters. I'm going to go ahead and level up Sarah, because she's going to be my scout. Hikensha is going to just stay put. Now I can put another module in either of these 2 rooms. In fact, I can go run back and do a little bit of upgrading. Let's go ahead and put in science creator, I think. And then technically we're kind of sort of paused. We're not actually paused, but we're sort of paused. Alright, I can research this, which adds 30% to my defense for any heroes that are in the same room with a dust shield generator, and to any NPCs. Or I can keep building up and build up to the claymore. keep saving up. Okay. Go this way. Another darkened room. Oh, but lots and lots of... Yeah, let's go ahead and pull her back. She's getting hurt. Heroes will only stay in the room that they are originally assigned to. And they will regenerate once they actually have defeated all the monsters. Alright. Now, heroes do actually have the ability to generate regeneration, especially once they get higher levels. And there's equipment that can help do that too, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and light up the room because I don't need to worry about it otherwise. Move them forward. I don't have enough right now for another module, so... Let's go here. Pull back. Now, the reason why I keep getting dust drops is because Hikensha's passive skill, as long as they are in a room when there's monsters being fought, they will increase the probability the monsters will drop some dust, which is useful. I want to leave Hikensha there and take Saras forward. Ooh, equipment. What's that? 9 industry. Very useful. Okay, let's go ahead and put together a food generator. And while we're at it, we can upgrade that. Okay. More power to her. Or it. I don't know if it's male or female. There we go. And a self-powered room with lots and lots of dust. I think... yeah. Lots of monsters came in here, but that's okay. Thing that we can do, she can go get some science now. Pretty sure we can get some science. Alright, now I can wait one more turn and get this, or I can get the Claymore Mine, which I think I want to do. It takes 3 turns for science to complete, or 3 doors, I should say. Building another generator of some sort would be expensive. I don't think I have that many doors left on this floor. So what I'm going to do instead is... there we go. This gives us a fallback room if we need to fall back. Straight ahead or... right turn. I'm going to go ahead and turn. Oops, lots of monsters. Lots and lots of monsters. Alright. Oh, pull back even faster. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Heal her. She's needed, but there we go. Okay, that runs the end of the line for that one. That's the last door, and... okay. So we've examined the entire dungeon at this point. This is going to be interesting. That's a self-powering room. Yeah. This room will continuously spawn monsters. This room will continuously spawn monsters. I don't have enough dust to do anything else. And I don't have any other people. So now we have to take a look at who's faster. That's 29. Oh, it is a she. Speed 48. Okay, speed is halved when you're carrying the crystal. Pick up the crystal. Okay. This is one of the worst laid out sections I've ever seen. Usually you have areas you can power down just to give yourself a cleaner run. Because she's carrying the crystal, her speed is halved. No, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay. That was terrifyingly fast. Alright. That was also the worst score I've ever gotten. But like any good roguelike, that's what happens sometimes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the best one ever done was this run here. As you can see, I've never actually won once. Not once. In 24 attempts. Never won once. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's Dungeon of the Endless. That's hilarious. Y'all have yourselves a good one.